Good evening. Today I'm coming at you straight out of work with the Anastasia Beverly Hills RVINA palette. I just got it in the mail probably 2 or 3 days ago. Today I'm going to be doing a review / some tutorials using the Anastasia Beverly Hills RVINA palette that just came out last week. This retails for about $42 on their website, and you can get it at Ulta and Sephora. It comes in this unicarton. It's purple. Has the palette on the back. The actual palette itself has the same Anastasia Beverly Hills packaging, which is like the velour velvet sort of. Inside you get a dual-ended brush and a little plasticky thing. This palette has 14 shades and a mirror that covers the whole top of the packaging. I'll be testing out the brush today as well. It looks like both ends of it are fluffy. These are the shades up closer. Dreamer is a really sort of like champagne-y, lighter gold. The second shade is Summer, which is a richer gold than Dreamer. The next is Wild Child, which is like almost like, it's like a glittery pink mauve. Then the next is called Rose Gold. It's obviously rose gold. The shade next to it is Celestial, which is like a purple moment. The next is Dazzling, which is almost like a coppery, glittery shade. And the last of the shimmers in this palette is called Drama, and it's more of like a violet purple. On the bottom row, the first shade we have is Base, and it's a taupe shade in person. I don't think you can really tell. It looks very white, but it's more taupe in real life. The shade next to it is called Soul, and it almost looks like an indigo periwinkle sort of moment. The shade next to it is Incense, which is really just a rich, cool tone brown. Great for a transition shade. The shade next to that is called Love, and it's a matte mauve-y color. Actually, in the pan it looks like it has some sheen to it. We'll see if that blends out when you use it. The shade next to it is called Volatile, and this is more of a darker brown. It almost looks kind of gray. The shade next to it is called Eccentric, and this is a warm tone brown, almost like a caramel shade. The last shade in this palette is called Passion, and it's really like a rich burgundy color. I'm not going to swatch these colors just because swatching doesn't really tell you anything about how well the actual eyeshadow works, but I will be doing 3 looks in this video with as many colors as I can from the palette. I have my base already down, so we're jumping straight into eyeshadow. I'm priming the lids with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in shade Fair Claire. Then I'm setting the lid. Okay, for the first look I'm going to be doing a simple everyday look that you can do with this palette. To start off, I'm going to take shade Eccentric with the black end of the Anastasia Beverly Hills fluffy brush and put that in the crease. There's barely any fallout. The brush does blend it out nicely, however, it does still feel cheap on the cheap end of brushes. Next, I'm going to be taking the brown and white end of the brush and dipping that into shade Incense, which is this cool tone brown right here. I'm taking this and just putting it all over the lid and doing sort of like a cut crease with it. And for lashes today, I'm going to be using my mink lashes from eBay. I find that doing a cool tone color on the lid and a warm tone color in the crease is a perfect everyday look. You can literally find these colors in most palettes, you probably own a palette that has a warm tone and a cool tone brown on it. And you just pop some lashes on it. I feel like it looks great on everyone. The next look that I'm doing is going to be a lot more colorful than the last one that I just did. I'm going to start off by taking shade Soul on this end of the fluffy brush and putting that in the crease. Also, these shades are really pigmented, so you don't need a lot to get serious color payoff. So you have to be careful when you're using them, because you can always put more color on, but you can't take color off. So if you put too much of a bright color somewhere, you're gonna be upset because you won't be able to get rid of it. Too many bristles are coming off of this. I have to switch to one of my own brushes. I'm switching over to the Fenty Beauty dual-ended brush. Now I'm taking this Sephora fluffy brush and dipping into shade Love and using that as a transition shade above the purple. Next, for the lid, I'm going to take my finger and just take shade Dreamer and put that all over the lid for a full cut crease. The shimmer shades, when I dip into them with my finger, almost feel foily. Look how insane this color is. All I did was take my finger and put it on there. I didn't add setting spray or anything. Next, I'm taking a small packing brush and shade Wild Child and just putting that in the inner corner. I'm just taking some Soul and Love and dragging that underneath the eye. You do this in a really colorful look to pull together the whole thing. It's just too much color to have just on the top. You need to put some on the bottom too. I mean, like, you can do whatever you want, but I'm just putting some milk in the waterline. This is finished look number 2 right now. This is exactly what I envisioned in my head as soon as I saw the RVINA palette and like needed to have it. It's some gold with some purple and some pink. On to the next. Last but not least, I have, in quote, a more wearable look in mind. I'm gonna start off with shade Passion and just put that in the crease. This shade is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Next, I'm taking shade Eccentric on my Sephora fluffy brush and I'm just blending that out above Passion. Next, I'm taking the small packing end of the Fenty Beauty brush and dipping into Passion again, and I'm gonna do sort of like, I think it's a halo eye. I'm gonna put it on the outer corner and inner corner and keep the middle of the eye open for a glitter shade. Lastly, I'm taking a flat packing brush and I'm taking shade Rose Gold and putting that in the middle of the eye. Then I'm taking the fluffy brush and just dragging shade Passion down underneath the eye. Then I'm taking a NYX Milk Jumbo Pencil and putting that in the waterline. Alright, you guys, and this is the last look. It's like a maroon moment. Now, honestly, as a whole, I thought that the palette worked really well. It was easy to blend out. The colors work well together. Yeah, there weren't ever like colors that I used and they like became patchy or like muddy or like turned into another color. I definitely see myself reaching for this often because, I mean, it has everyday usable colors in it. It has wearable colors for events like, you know, family events or like the prom. And it also has color that you can play with, so I feel like if you're a person who's trying to get into color, this is a good palette for you because there aren't so many bright colors that it's overwhelming, and I feel like even just looking at it, you'll really be inspired to make colorful things. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, like, let me know what you want to see next. You can follow me on Instagram at Tori Torres. I have 2 T's and 2 R's in my last name, not my first name. And I have a 10% off code with swim season. If you put Victoria10 in all capital letters at checkout, you will get 10% off. And I also have a code with Revive Activewear for 15% off, and it's Victoria15. Bye!